Oh, time for a bit of an update. Been getting reasonable amount done. The wagon's completely finished. Might have someone interested in buying it. They're not going to have the cash for a little bit though, so we'll see. Getting ready to pull the dash on the XF Pano to swap over the heater core. Hopefully maybe put some proper coolant in this thing. Pretty much everything's ready to go with this besides painting it, so which is only the bonnet guards and bumper. There's a few other little things, like there's a few wiring issues to sort out and a couple of other things, but nothing too major. Also getting a start on my mobile workshop. Started gutting out this end of it. It had a big bench that came around the front here and 3/4 of the way down the side there, which all the wood in underneath is from that, and then some of the structure and floorboards. Basically how it comes down on a curve like that. I'm actually going to bring it straight down, so I'm going to extend the frame out to about here, straight across, box it in. I'm going to put checker plate down on this extension because my main toolbox and workbench is going to go in here, which will have my vise and a few other bits and pieces on it. So there's going to be a bit of weight here, and with the vise and various other things, there's going to be some walloping going on as well. So this is going to be a fairly structurally strong part. The rest of it, I'm basically gonna, it's like the whole sides of it are fucking rooted. I paid too much for this thing, even though I only paid $350 for it, but yeah. I'm basically going to make a new frame out of 20 by 20 angle, and then gut all this off so it's just the skin like that, and then I'll just skin the frame. I won't worry about insulation or internal walls or anything like that, because it is just a workshop. I'm hoping to reuse these cabinets. Should be able to. Hoping to reuse the roof skin as well and some of the roof frame, even though that's not in real great nick. Basically I'm thinking about relocating the door to and bringing it back to most probably about here, and then if I do that, my toolkit will sit there. I've got a press that'll fit in under here, so press there, main toolkit there. Rebuild the bench across the back. I've got various other things like ramps and stands and all that that's going to be, you know, set in there somehow. But in the cavity along the back here, I'm actually going to put a little bit of a frame in there as well, and I'm going to put air tanks in there. Don't know exactly where I'll put the compressor yet, but yeah, I'm thinking that if I have some auxiliary tanks in there, I can fill them up and store them, because otherwise that's pretty much just going to be wasted space. Like I'll build a wood frame off of here and put a shelf in there under the bench as well for extra storage, but yeah, and under there, may as well use it for something. Then I'll just have like a couple of access flaps underneath for when I need to drain water out of the tanks. I'll just open them flaps up, undo the screws and let them drain. I'm going to cut holes in it above the wheel arch and put a bit of a frame in there and sheet it, and then above the wheel arches will be my storage for thinners and brake clean and things like that. So as it, you know, even though they're internal of the caravan, they'll actually be sealed off from the internals of the caravan, so they're like an external storage area. And then I'll just have some venting there in case there's any fumes or anything, which there shouldn't be with a sealed drum, but you know. Yeah, besides that, just gonna plod along with this thing. Gonna spend a bit more time on the XF. Yeah, still don't know what the fuck's going on with housing, so at the moment I'm just quite literally just head down, arse up, and just getting shit done. I'm kind of hoping that the landlord might have had a change of plans. And speaking of heads down, arse up, I've been getting stuck into the AU ute. Been sanding it all back, getting ready to throw a coat on it since the weather at the moment's okay. I'm going to try and get this smashed out. Well, it's the 9th now. I want to hopefully have it all painted by the 20th. And then see how I go with other shit. Maybe even try and get it running and finished by the end of the month and get this on the market too. Besides that, I've put a new fuel tank out of an AU in the daily. Put a AU pump and sender unit in it, because I could not find for the life of me a new sender unit for the E-Series tank. Besides that, gave the box trailer a minor birthday. If you remember a few videos back, I said I was going to cut the wheel arches off with this and put them on the boat trailer, which I did. And then these are the old wheel arches off the boat trailer. So, like, they're a bit too shallow to cover the wheels here and go right up to the inside of the trailer. So, because it was a bit weak anyway, I ended up adding these what are they, 75 rectangular hollows, made a frame, filled up the gaps with some checker plate, welded all that in. Still got to do the spare wheel mount. I've still got to redo some of the floor too, because that's There's a few bits that are a bit fucked in there. But yeah, rewired it, put in new tail lights again. Yeah, it's good to finally have that back to being able to be used. It saves me having to use the car trailer every time I want to load something up if I don't want to load up something massive. Yeah, besides that, updated the exhaust on the turbo a little bit. I added a tailpipe with a small muffler. It was dumped at the diff, and it was fucking horrible to drive. Like, it quite literally rattled your brain. It was that droney. You know, you'd drive down the highway for any more than half hour and you'd end up with a headache. So, yeah, it is quieter now and it's way less droney. Still got a good note though, so I'm happy with that. I did step it down though from 3-inch, I stepped it down to 2.5. Primarily because it was way easier to use a 2.5-inch stock E-series tailpipe section than it was to try and mess around and, you know, make from scratch a 3-inch one. So yeah, that will be a bit of a restriction on it, but ultimately it's, you know, it might end up at one stage seeing 12 pound if it'll handle it. But yeah, it's not going to be a fucking big horsepower thing anyway. It's just something for a bit of fun. So yeah, that's the general update for now. Most probably won't do another update until most probably this thing's got paint on it. Because at the moment, it's just a matter of, you know, waiting on coin. You know, do jobs for people and, oh yeah, I'll be there in a couple of days with cash. 3 weeks later, hey cunt, what are you doing? Oh, sorry, I haven't had a chance. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Usual fucking fuck-arounds. So, yeah, at the moment it's a matter of, I'll just have to do what I can in between and get shit that I've already got done. So, yeah. Be good though when the workshop's done, because I can clear myself out some space under here, and I know that at least, you know, if shit hits the fan entirely, then I can just hook that up behind a car and take it to wherever and park it, you know. I can, you know, maybe take it to one of my mates' places and stash it there, and at least I know that everything's locked up safe, and, you know. But, in the meantime, y'all, I'm going to go and grab a beer because it's about beer o'clock, so have a good one.